Channeling. I'm Stella, and today we will do a channeling, and we will find out in this channeling which spirits are around you or who is around you exactly. And keep in mind it's a general reading. You can choose between 3 piles. However, I will do most of the channeling with this flame and with this candle, and those information is just additional information. So you can choose, and without further ado, let's get into your reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Let's get into it. Let's get into the channeling part first, and let me see what the flame is giving me. There is an old man I'm seeing in the flames, and I feel like this old man was extremely emotional. He was maybe abusive to you or to those people living in his house before you. I see he was like a quite violent person, and he was like the man in the house. He kept his wife, and I see 2 women, so maybe he was married and got remarried. He kept them like not slaves, but like his subordinates. And something that could be is that one of these women, maybe the first, I think so, died in this house, and she's there too, and she's not able to move on. And he sees you, and you have a beautiful feminine energy. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. That's not the important thing. The important thing is that you have a feminine energy, and that you radiate this energy all around the house. And he's intrigued by this, but he hates it at the same point. So he's trying to give you a hard time. Maybe you have headache or other sorts of pain, and I see him watching you while you're sleeping on the couch, and he is just full of resentment and hate towards you and towards other people, even though nobody did something to him. Let me see what else I get. There is also a little boy in this house. Maybe there was like a fire or something, but this was years ago, and he died in this fire. And the man and the boy, they're not connected, so this is a separate spirit, and from what I get is that there is not really an interaction between those 2 entities. The boy wants your attention too. He wants to play, but more than playing, he wants to be heard. He wants to tell his story to somebody. And it's really interesting because from what I see is that this boy was hurt too by a person that was like this man. And I'm not sure whether this man influenced this person or whether this man died after this whole situation and is younger than this boy. Maybe you should call a medium or a psychic to cleanse this house and to bring peace to this boy and to the first woman that's still there. And I can see her in the garden. I can see her outside in the green, and she's like really earthly, and she loves the green, and she loves the nature, and she always looks outside, and sometimes she goes a little bit outside, but her spirit goes right back into the house and goes right back into this horrible situation. and it's like a limbo. She's not able to get out of this. So if you want, if you feel like, pray for this woman and ask a psychic to help you in this situation. Now I see a graveyard. Oh, she wants you to visit her grave. Um, some of you might know who is this woman. So if you have a chance, go to the graveyard and give her some flowers or talk to her, because this would be a absolutely beautiful experience for her. And I feel that actually nobody really did this, and she feels alone and underappreciated. Let me get other things. Time frame. Some of you 50s, 60s, others of you early 90, 1920, 1930. I hear World War, World War One, World War Two, and a few of you, but it's the minority. It's even before, so they two are even older. The boy is like extremely old. So if you're living in an old house, he was one of the first people living there. And he actually needs to be released into the light. He needs to understand that he can go and that nothing bad happens there to him. And I always get that you should pray for them, for all three of them, if you have the chance. And if you get messages by them, and if you hear like physical stuff going on and you're scared of this, tell your spirit guides to protect you, and tell this man, because it's normally this man, the violent one, that tell him to stop this. And you don't need to be afraid, because your soul is way stronger than him. Some of you were actually able to see this man, and you got quite scared that he liked this, but there is no reason for you to be scared. Spirits are telling me, because as I said, your soul is way stronger because it's more developed. It tried more than the soul of this man, because you can't go on if you always stay in the same place. Okay, now let me see the cards for you. You have the moon, you have the sun. Oh, that's interesting. You have destiny, and you have something comes to an end. 9 days and 9 weeks, or 9 weeks. Let me get, this is a personal message for you, and this has nothing to do with the situation going on in your life, but from what I get is you are balancing out your feminine and your masculine side, and this is beautiful. You have both energies quite strongly in you. I mean, we all have them. Some have one stronger than the other, but you have both of them, and they are quite balanced, and you are ready to face your destiny. This is like so beautiful, and something awful is coming to an end. I see that you are entering more and more the spiritual world, that you are more and more walking in this area, and some of you actually are descendants from this woman that died here, the first woman, or also the second. It depends. Don't forget, it's a general reading. And she had spiritual abilities when it came to nature, and you have them too. So the bloodline, and not always the bloodline for everyone, it's also the spiritual line. For example, for adopted children, she gave you this gift of nature, of connecting to nature in a way deeper way than other people can. And you actually, in the night you're able to connect more with animals and also with creatures like also with topics like creatures like werewolves and vampires and that stuff that nobody really believes in. You are able to get to get the details and to understand more of what's going on. During the day you are more connecting to nature itself, so to flowers and trees and all that stuff, and to energy fields of human beings. So night is more for animals and for creatures, for other creatures, and the day is more for humans and for the nature itself. And it's written in your destiny that you are working in this field and that you are exploring this and that you are helping people with this. So something is going to an end and something new will start for you, and it's a beautiful new start. It's a beautiful restart of your life. And I'm so glad for you, and I really hope that this reading resonates and that it helped you in some way. Wish you the best, and we see us another time. Bye. Hello and welcome pile number 2. Welcome to this channeling. We will now have a look into the messages. I will channel for you, and then later we will have a look into the messages in the cards. Let me see what I'm getting for you. I see a woman that's fleeing from somebody. She has like darker blonde hair, and she is from the 1800s. Oh, there is forbidden love. There is forbidden love, and she was catched away. I mean, she was forcefully. She had to go. She had to leave, and I see her running away. And this woman is extremely. She's not arrogant, but she is a little bit self-absorbed, and at the same time she's suffering. And she sees you, and I see that she watches you while you're painting. So maybe some of you are making music, others are actually painting, other people are cooking and doing stuff that's artistic to them. And she's watching you, and she's kind of a little bit jealous. I get a petty feeling, and all this feeling is because of her sadness, because there was a man she absolutely loved and she wasn't able to keep him. And I feel that this has something to do with social status. Maybe she was way lower in the hierarchy than him. I heard something, a name with S, not Stephanie. Yeah, something in this direction. But this is, as you know, just a general reading, so maybe it was also another name, but I hear this name, and I feel it on my tongue. And she still suffers. She isn't able to let go, and she watches you while you're living your life, and she's a little bit jealous of you. That's true. But at the same time, I feel now also admiration for you. So she doesn't really know what to think about this whole situation. And I also feel that she did not attach herself to the house, but more to you or to the surrounding of your house, but not to the house itself. And okay, now I see her on a bus station, so this means she saw you in the public or somewhere, and she attached herself to you. Maybe you were some of you were with friends, and you were talking about spirit and this stuff. Some of you were actually channeling ghosts. Some of you were reading a book about ghosts. And she took this as invitation to follow you. She's quite intrigued by you, sometimes even a little bit smitten. And she absolutely desires your life, and not in the form of hurting you, but she would like to live now, and she would like to make this experience people can do now, even those things that are normal to us, like the using a smartphone, going to vacation with the airplane, and all that stuff. So there is a mix between benign envy and malicious envy, as psychologists say, and it keeps a balance when it comes to her. But she's destined to cross over to the other side and to be reborn in some years later, and to have a beautiful life full of friends and also parties, because I feel that this is something for her, with a lot of love. But she needs to let go. She needs to let go of the past, and she needs to let go of this man, especially because I feel that this man had no love for her. He simply used her because she was so pretty. She's still a pretty ghost. There is also rage, I feel. Rage. It's like in a storm. It's like the storm in a glass. So it goes nowhere, but it's still there. Yeah, if you're able to connect to her, if you're doing this stuff and you feel good doing this, tell her to cross over. There is nothing here left. There's nothing left for her here in this world, and she needs to cross over, and she will get the most beautiful life you can have. And if you're able to do this, you will feel, I think she will thank you, and she will greet you, and you will maybe feel a little touch or something, or the wind or something suspicious, and I can't pronounce it correctly, and you will know that this was her and that she moved on. This was quite beautiful. Wow, this touched me actually, because we all have resentments. We all are not like holy, and she's just in a situation that's way too hard for her, but she will be able to move on. She will, sooner or later. Okay, now how can I translate this? Now is full start. Let's translate it like this. So I'm sorry for everybody that knows German and would translate it in a better way, but it is about now. It's starting in a full blown up way. 12 days and 12 weeks. And it's working out in the near future with the number 3. Libra with balance and Hierophant. And you know about balance, I was talking about balance in the first pile, however. And also in this, when I told you that she balanced her malicious and her benign envy out, she could be a Pisces, because the number 12, the 12th house, is the house of Pisces, and 3 is for March. And for me, those two numbers are, especially in combination, Pisces. So this, and the Hierophant, you have the Hierophant here. This tells me, in your case, the cards are connected to the channeling. This tells me that you are now ready to help this woman to cross over, because she balanced out something, and something for you also, I get. She balanced something out that helped you too, not just herself. And it was meant to happen. And now it's time for her to move on. And you can help her. and you will in some way, you will, even if you decide to not act upon this, but you still will help her. And I see her lucky, I see her happy, and I see that she will get all the happiness she always deserved in her next life. Here you also see the angels and two angels kissing, and I think this will be her next life. And it could be that she will be reborn as a Libra, maybe even on the 19th of October, but this is just a little idea, little thought I had in my mind. So if you like this reading, we are now at the end of the reading. If you liked it, please leave me a like and subscribe. And I really hope that it resonated and that it helped you in any form. And we see us the next time. Bye. Welcome pile number 3, last but not least. I will now channel for you the message I get, and later we will have a look into your cards. Let me see which spirit is around you. What spirit is around you? There is a spirit that does not want you to notice. Okay, in your case, it's a darker energy, and it masked as a little boy, but I see red eyes. Okay, please, spirit team, please, everyone I have on the other side, protect me now for when I'm channeling this. Okay, he tries to hide also from me. He does not want me to see him. And let me see what else I get. This is not a demon, but it's a sub entity. It is malicious, but it is not as strong as a demon. This entity will sometimes work for and with demons, and is actually just here to get all your energy. Some of you channeled this boy, and you think that this is a boy, and you're open to him. You opened him a door, but it's not. It was, but his soul turned very dark after his death, because when he died, he went back to his full self, and instead of going into the light as his full self, as his grown-up person, he decided to stay in the dark, but not to work in the dark, but more because of his resentment, hate, and arrogance. I feel a lot of arrogance he has towards light beings, not even human beings, but light beings. He sees human beings as kind of food for his energy. They give him energy. That's all he wants. He's sneaky. He will absolutely give you the vibe of a little boy that wants to play with child stuff. He will charm you as much as he has to, and he's pretty good at it. And now I see another spirit. She is a woman. She's around she's 50 or 60, something like this, and she has a Victorian dress, and I don't know whether she lived in this house or she saw the situation, or she's a family member of yours or of the people that lived here, but she is actually protecting you as much as she can. I get Elizabeth. For many of you, I get Elizabeth and Suzanne. And now I hear slave trade. So maybe this entity lived here long before this house was even built. And if you are in an area with where there was a lot of slave trade, this entity supported this because of the suffering of the human beings. And when those slaves suffered, they could feed off them. And now I get this the Underground Railroad. And he tried, and he actually did succeed sometimes in sabotaging this the way into freedom. So he was like, he's a horrible being, to be honest. And I get headache now, and they tell me to stop. But let me just a little bit. If you're a Christian, go into the church and pray. And do it the evening or the early morning when there is not really light in the church. I don't know, for some reason this will help you. And the same goes for other religions. Most of them have their own like God houses where they can go and where they can pray. Do the same if it's possible for you. Use holy water or holy things of your religion to protect this house and to protect yourself. And if you are not religious, that's not a problem. Use salt. Use a lot of salt, and buy yourself this salt bath with lavender and rosemary, and take once a week a salt bath to get rid of this energy, because your energy connected to his energy, and he's able to feed off of you. You can use, if you know a shamanic person, you can also put olive oil in front of the house or in the door to protect this house and to get rid of this. And you can also contact not just psychics, but demonologists, and they will help you. One of them, I see, he will bring a strong psychic with him or with her, and they will immediately find out who this entity is and what this entity is. And some of you will find it out just by Googling, because this entity wants you slowly wants you to know him or it. I get that actually it does not have a sex or gender. It's just showing off as a little boy, because for convenience. Amethyst will help you, and clear quartz if you use stones, fire, dew and water, and prayers. And it does not matter whether you pray to God or to Yahweh or to Allah or just to your spirit guides. You need to ask the other side for help and protection, because you need to allow them. By praying, you're allowing them to help you, because otherwise they're not able to connect with you. Let me see what else I get. You can build the number 4 days, 4 weeks. Saturn, return, H, 12th house, that's Pisces again, and the Lovers. Okay, those are two messages and two. You need to build up yourself for this. And when you're getting rid of this thing, I'm sorry if I'm being this harsh, you should do it during Capricorn season. So the best time would be January or around Christmas, because Christmas can be extremely positive. It can be also extremely negative, but also extremely positive. And you will have way more energy to do this. If you're doing this, you could also ask an elderly man to help you. And it could be that some of you have their Saturn return, because and you see this boy, some of you maybe see him, and you see him because of your Saturn return, because destiny wants to get into your life. It wants to be seen, and you are supposed to deal with this. You are supposed to get rid of this entity, to actually work one time at least in your life with spiritual people. But I feel that a lot of you have a deeper insight into spiritual matters, and that you know way more. And now slowly you can prepare yourself for this moment. And this entity knows that it has to go. It knows it, and it knows that it's just a matter of time. And this is now something completely different. Amethyst again will help you. This is Pisces and this is Gemini. They're both very flexible and fluid. For some of you, you need to walk your thought when it comes to yourself, sometimes also to other people, but when it comes to yourself, and you need to start thinking better about yourself. This is one thing. Then it could be that for all those of you, you're sometimes a little bit delulu, and sometimes delulus will help you to survive. And I'm too daydreamer and delusional and all that stuff, because it really helps me sometimes, especially when I'm somewhere I don't want to be. Then I start daydreaming and I'm away and I'm good. And I see that you're escaping a lot or often reality, and that you're daydreaming a lot about love. And it's time for you to, first of all, get rid of this thing, and second, get your life back when it comes to love. So if you have a boy or girlfriend or a significant other person, and you know that it's over, move on. If you know that this person loves you so much, and also vice versa, move on with them. Tell them. Don't be afraid that something goes wrong. Things go as they should go. And if you are single, or maybe are forever single, and you never had somebody, and you always had bad situations and situationships, it's time for you to leave behind the 12th house and to focus on love and to start from zero, because there is someone waiting for you and coming into your life. Okay, now this was everything I had for you. I hope it helped you in some way or form. I hope it resonated. If it does, please make sure to find a professional that will help you with this entity, and to get rid of it. If you find nobody, then go pray in the church, educate yourself, and you will get rid of it for sure. If it helped you, leave me a like and follow me if you feel like doing this. And I wish you the best. And we see us the next time. Bye.